Hi guys, Blake here today, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina on Lake Taneycomo. It is the 23rd of July. I'm up here in the trophy area right across from the tennis courts, fishing towards the bluff. I've got the big fancy double bobber rig here, about 6 foot of 2-pound leader. I've got a little number 3 split shot, or number 1 split shot there with a 50th ounce black jig split shot. Not necessary, I just couldn't get it to come off of the line, so it's just gonna stay there. It's about 10:15, maybe 10:30 in the morning. Got a little bit of chop on the water in this spot. Tony, past Tony, he said they caught some on midges up here, but he said they were being real picky. The new gravel bar out from the golf course pushes almost halfway across the lake now. That's actually probably the most impressive one I've seen so far. The narrower creek mouths actually pushed farther out into the lake than the big creek mouths did, which makes sense, but alright, no fish on the first cast. There just may not be a bite up here today. I might have to go back down outside of the trophy area to get a good bite. There's a good portion of the gravel bar at the narrows exposed, so that means up here is significantly lower than normal. And I personally think it pushes the fish kind of out of the trophy area a little bit. There's one. Might be a brown trout. I can't quite tell yet. It's fighting like a brown trout. Oh yeah, it's a brown trout. Hook was in there good. Oh yeah, look at that pretty guy. It's a natural brown, not a triploid. Let's get the boat straightened out again here. Whew. Heard on Blake Harris's trip this morning that they threw a black 1/32 ounce jig or a sculpin and ginger 1/32 ounce jig under a float down below the trophy area this morning and limited out. And Tony said they caught their limit on night crawlers early and then came up to the trophy area and caught about a dozen on midges. Something I look for whenever the water's off is to see those fish flashing, rolling over and eating stuff. That tells me that they're active and they're feeding. And, I'm not seeing a whole lot of that right now. As a matter of fact, none of it. I haven't seen one. So that's usually a sign to me that it's time to go somewhere else. We're going to tough it out a little bit longer, but we got one brown trout out of the experience here. When the water's off, remember to keep moving. Whew. We got a flyer. Just had a medical procedure done yesterday, and I am sore. If you're wondering why I'm making even more groaning sounds than I normally do. This is definitely a slow bite, but it's not terrible. There was a fish rolling over and feeding. That's what I'm looking for. Cast to that fish and see if we can get him to eat. Oh, there's a little guy following my jig. There's a perfect cast right to him. See if he takes the bait on the first drop. Nope. Give it a little motion. Nope, doesn't look like I'm going to trick that one. A few fish hitting the surface over by the bluff there. almost look like a bite. Here in a second, when I get up next to it, I'm going to spin the camera around and let you guys see what the golf course creek did to the lake here. Pretty substantial change there. And then as soon as I show you that, we're going to scoot a little closer to the bluff. Seeing a lot more fish activity over there on that shade line than I am out here in the sun. Where'd my bobbers go? There they are. That's close enough. I can show you what it looks like now. Look at this. That comes out close to halfway across the lake. That's just crazy. Alright, let's get a little closer to the bluff. Fish for a second longer and we're going to call it a day. Over in the shade. We lost our chop and the cloudiness. When I got up here, right before I pressed the button, it was completely cloud covered and there was wind. That is the magic powers of the one cast camera button. You can literally alter the weather. Amazing. It's a little bit siltier over here near the bluff. There's definitely still silt in the lake. In the afternoons when they run the water, the trophy area clears out completely, but it looks like it resettles, so it's got to still be coming into the lake through saturation in the bank. That's my only guess. I'm certainly no geologist, so. Fish, I saw you taunting me over here. Where you at? Oh, there he was. Missed him. He is just pecking at it. Come on, get it. Go ahead, do that one more time. I'm gonna get you. He doesn't want it bad enough. Here looks a touch. It must just be because the lake's setting lower. This definitely looks a little bit shallower right here coming off the bluff. I think that filled in a little bit. I think some stuff ran out in the lake right there. Or maybe it pushed from the creek over here. Because it's dropped back off like the normal depth of the bluff again. Huh. That completely changed the lake from one side to the other. It's powerful water. I can't imagine what it looked like rushing out of that tiny little creek mouth. Yeah, if I was guiding right now, we'd have picked up, left, and went down the lake somewhere. Probably stop at the Narrows and see if there's a bite in the Narrows, but this is definitely not enough bites. Because in the trout fishing world, if you land 50% of the bites you get, you're doing good. So I've only had roughly 3 or 4 bites. I've landed 2 fish. And that's if you're good at setting the hook quick. Anyway. Oh. Thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook. We'll be back again tomorrow.